Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Physics Paper 2 Multiple Choice Extended. We have the subject code is 0625 and the variant is 22. For the session of February March 2023, we have 45 minutes for this paper and total marks for this paper is 40. We have to use the value of g, that is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Moving to our first question. First question is from belong to physical quantities. Which list contains two scalar and two vector quantities? Distance, speed, time, and velocity. We know that distance is a scalar, speed is a scalar, and time is a. There are three quantities that are scalar, so this is the wrong option. Force is a vector quantity, velocity is a vector, and distance and mass are scalar quantities. So these B is the correct option. Moving to question number 2. Question number 2 show that the diagram show the speed time graph for the car for a car. Which row describe the motion of the car at point X and point Y? So we need to identify the motion at X and motion at Y. We know that there is a gradual increase in the speed at the point X, so it is moving with changing speed. So option C and D could be correct. And from this we can say that at Y the object is not changing its speed but at traveling at the constant speed. So it means these two options can be. So option number D has the two right answers. So we're gonna select option number D as the right answer. Moving to question number 3. Question number 3 is that four objects are moving in a straight line. The tables show the distance moved by each object in each second for its motion. Which object is moving with constant non-zero acceleration? Constant non-zero acceleration means that object should change the speed at every second. So option number A is wrong. And we know that at first second is 5, then it's 6, then it's 7. It is increasing, so it would be option number B, that is showing that object is speed is increasing at every second. Okay, moving to question number 4. Question number 4 is that drag force in a car is the drag force on the car increases with the speed 40 meter per second. Okay, the total drag force is 400 Newton. The mass of the car is 1200 kg and the driving force is constant at 700 Newton. So we need to calculate which statement about the acceleration of the car at 20 meter per second is correct. We know that the formula for the acceleration is A is equal to F over M. And we know that we have two values for that 700 Newton and drag force. Gonna subtract it 7, so net force would be 300 Newton. And the mass is also provided in the question, that is equal to 1200 kg. This is mentioned over here. So after solving it, 300 over 1200, it would be 3 by 12. Then we're gonna divide 3 by 12 and the answer will be 0.25 meter per second square. And we know that these are the two options that contain 0.25. So it would now we have to decide it is decreasing or increasing. We know that due to drag force it's gonna decrease, so option number A is the correct option. Moving to question number 5. Question number 5 is that our rectangular swimming pool is 50 meter long and 25 meter wide. Okay, it contains the water at the depth of 2 meter. The density of the water is 1000 kilogram per meter cube. What is the mass of the water in the pool? So we need to find the mass of the water in the pool. First we need to calculate the volume. That would be length into width into height, and we have been provided with the length, width and the height as well. So after solving it, we're gonna get the answer that is equal to 2500 meter cube. And now we need to calculate the mass, and the formula for the density is, we know that mass over volume, and for mass the formula would be turned into density into volume. We have been given with the value of the density, that is 1000, and we have calculated the value of volume, that is 2500. After multiplying 1000 with 2500, we're gonna get this answer, that is equal to this kg. Okay, moving to question number 6. Question number 6 is that an object is rising velocity at constant speed through water. There are three vertical forces acting on it: the weight W, the drag force D, and the upward force. Which diagrams show the magnitude and direction of the vertically force acting on the object? Okay, we know that option number A is carrying upward force of 2 Newton, and downward force D is also 1 Newton, and weight is also so its downward force direction should be drag force should be opposite. So this is the wrong option. Option B is also incorrect. It's not balancing. 5 minus 1 will be 2. Option number C is not also balancing. Option number D is the correct answer because drag and weight are gonna add 3 Newton and upward is that. So option number D is the right answer for the question number D, because acceleration is 0 and resultant force is also 0. Moving to question number question number 7. Question number 7 is two boys of equal weight sits in one side of the seesaw as shown. Their father of weight is 1000 newtons sits on the other side. The seesaw is balanced and being used as it moves up and down. Okay, during one part of the cycle, the father descends through a distance of 40 centimeter. At the same time, the boy nearest to the pivot rises through 20 centimeter. So it means the distance over here is 20 centimeter, and for the father, the distance is 40 centimeter, and for the other boy that raises to 80 centimeter, the distance is 80 centimeter from the pivot. What is the weight of the boy? We know that both boys have the equal weight, so we're gonna put the value of weight is equal to x. We're gonna apply the formula that anti-clockwise movement is equal to clockwise movement. So anti-clockwise movement, we know that the father is moving anti-clockwise. It would be like that. 40 into the weight of the father is 1000 newtons, so 40 into 1000, it would be anti-clockwise, and clockwise movement for the first boy is x into 20. Then for the other boy it would be 80 into x. After solving it, 40,000 is equal to 100 x. I'm gonna divide 40,000 by 100. I'm gonna cancel it with that. So each boy has the weight that is equal to 400 newton. This was the question relating to movement. Okay, moving to question number 8. Question number 8 is that a student measures the length of the spring balance. She attracts she attaches different weights to the spring. She measures the length of the spring for each weight. The table show her result. What is the extension of the spring with the weight of 3 Newton attached to it? Okay, we know that when the weight is attached 3 Newton, the extension of spring is 533, and when it is 0, it is 20. So we're gonna subtract 533 minus 520. We're gonna get the answer, that is 13 millimeters. So option number D is the right answer for question number D. Moving to question number 9. Question number 9 is about from the topic of momentum. The momentum of a body is changed by a force acting on it for a period of time. Which action increases the change in momentum? So we know that the change in momentum is equal to delta P is equal to force into time. Doubling the force and halving that half the time, it would cancel each other, so there would be no change in momentum. Doubling the force for the same time, yes, this is gonna increase. Having both and force and time, so it would decrease. Having halving the force and doubling the time, it would not change. So option number B is the correct option. Moving to question number 10. Okay, question number 10 is from the topic of potential energy, or you can say energy. The equation used to find the change in the gravitational potential energy of an object can be written as delta EP is equal to YGH. We know that the formula for the potential energy is mgh. Now we need to find what is Y and what is G. We know that Y would be M and Z would be gravitational potential energy. So option number A is carrying both these options, so that's why it is correct. Moving to question number 11. Question number 11 is from the topic of power. A machine has a power input of 200 watts and a useful output energy of 1 kilojoule in 6 minutes. What is the efficiency of the machine? So this is a very tricky question, because one data is given in the form of power and the other data is given in the form of energy, and we know that the formula for the efficiency is output over input multiplied by 100, and you can take either energy output or energy input, or you can take either power output and power input. So we're gonna first find out the power output. What would be the power output? I'm gonna use this formula, that is equal to E by T, and we know that the energy is 1 kilojoule. We're gonna change into the 1000 joules, and 6 minutes we're gonna change into 6 into 60 into seconds. So this would be our answer, that is equal to 2.78. so this should be our output, and our input power is given by 200. So 2.78 divided by 200 multiplied by 100, we're gonna get the answer, that is equal to 1.39. that is approximately equal to our option number C. Okay, moving to question number 10. Question number 12. Again, this is the topic from the power. What is the unit of power? We know that it is already given in the previous question, that is equal to watts. So option number D is the correct option. This is the gift question, I can say, examiner has given to the candidates. Moving to question number 13. Question number 13 is that the diagram shows a rectangular block of weight 16 Newton. It is resting on the flat surface. What is the pressure at the base of the block due to its weight? This is the topic of the pressure. We know that the formula for the pressure is P is equal to F over A, and the force is given, that is equal to 16 Newton. So we're gonna use this formula 4 into 5 to calculate the base area. After solving it, 16 by 20, we're gonna get the answer 8 by 10. Then 8 by 10 would be 0.8. So option number C is the correct answer for question number 13. Moving to question number 14. An oil tank has a base area of 2.5 meters square and it is filled with oil to depth of 1.2 meter. The density of the oil is 800 kilogram per meter cube. What is the force exerted on the base of the tank due to the oil? So we need to calculate again pressure over here, and we know that the formula for the pressure is F over A, and also the pressure formula is equal to rho GH. So we're gonna calculate the value of pressure, value of force, you can say, by this rho GH into A, and the value of rho is given, that is 800, density is 800 multiplied by G, that is 9.8. height is also given in the form of that depth, with that is equal to 1.2, and the area is also given, that is 2.5. So we're gonna multiply these values to get the answer. After multiplication, we get the value that is equal to 23520, that is equal to option number D is the nearest answer. Okay, moving to question number 15. Sometimes answer doesn't come exact, so you have to check what value is the nearest. Moving to question number 15. 15 is that a sample of gas is trapped in a rigid container. This is the most important information. Rigid container. Rigid container, when the temperature is applied on the rigid container, there is no change in the pressure. Okay. The distance between the pressure doesn't change. As the temperature of the gas is increased, the pressure increases. Which statement is not correct? The gas molecules have greater kinetic energy. No, this is the correct option. The gas molecule hit the wall of the container. Yes, this is also the correct. The gas molecule hit the wall of the container more frequently. This is also the correct option. The gas molecule move further apart. I have already told rigid container the particles does not move further apart. So option number D is the correct. Moving to question number 16. Question number 6. What happens when the temperature of a liquid increases? The mass of the liquid increases, making the liquid less dense. No. The mass of the liquid increases, making the liquid. No. The volume of the liquid actually increases and the making the liquid less dense. So option number C is the correct answer. Moving to question number 17. A bar of metal which is a good thermal conductor is heated at one end. Which is the main method of the transfer of thermal energy along the bar? So this is the example of conduction. In latest vibration move on. So it is we know that energy transfer by electron. So option number C is the right answer. Moving to question number 18. Question number 18 is from the topic of waves. A transverse wave move along a rope. The diagram show the position of a rope at one particular time. Which two label points are one wavelength? We know that the wavelength is the distance between the consecutive crust or consecutive troughs. So option number X and Z you can say, because over here no crust or trough option is given. So option number X and Z is the correct, because this part is completed over here. So this is the complete wavelength. Okay, moving to question number 19. Question number 19 is from the topic of light. Light in transparent plastic meets at a boundary with air. Light is transmitted into the air only if the angle marked theta in the diagram is greater than 36 degree. What is the refractive index of the plastic? So we need to calculate the refractive. We know the formula is n is equal to 1 over sine c. We know that the angle is given, that is equal to 36, but we need to identify that it should be 90 minus theta, and we need to take this angle 90 minus 36. So we're gonna apply that. N is equal to 1 over sine 90 minus 36, or you can write as 54. So after calculating we get the answer that is equal to 1.2. Option number C is the right option. Moving to question number 20. Question number 20 is again from the light and lenses. A thin converging lens has a focal length f of an object is placed to the left of the lens as shown in the figure. We know that the object is placed between focal length and optic center. When the object is placed between focal length and optic center, we know that an image would be formed that is actually on the same side and also larger than, and also the image would be virtual. So which option is carrying this? I think option number C, on the same side of the lens and larger than the object. So option number C is the correct answer of question number 20. Moving to question number 21. It is again from the light topic of dispersion of light. Which diagrams show what happens when a ray of white light passes through a prism? We know that when the ray of light it splits, so it is not splitting, so this option is wrong. And this is not bending, it should bend downwards, so this is also the wrong option. Only the correct option over here is option number D. Moving to question number 22. 22 is that our TV station. Okay, now you can see complete question number 20. A television station transmit a signal to a television receiving dish. The television has an on and off indicator light. The television is switched on by a remote control which changes the indicator light from red to green. Which electromagnetic waves used in this action has the longest wavelength? A, B, C, and D. Option number A is the correct answer for this question. Okay. Moving to question number 23. A student makes a list of the application of wave medical scanning of soft tissue sterilizing water using sonar to calculate ocean depth. Which application is used by the ultrasound? We know that it is used for the scanning of soft tissue and also used to calculate the ocean. That's option number 1 and 3 are correct options. So option number C is the right answer. Moving to question number 24. The diagram shows a bar magnet at a rest on the smooth horizontal surface. A length of soft iron wire is held parallel to the magnet. The wire is released. Okay, what happened? The wire moves away from the magnet. No, the wire move upward towards the magnet. Yes, because it is a soft iron, that's why it moves upwards. So option number B is the right answer. Moving to question number 25. Which diagram shows the electric field pattern and the direction around a positive point charge? We know that from the positive point charge the lines move away from the charge. So option number A is carrying that option, so it is the right answer. Moving to question number 26. 26 is that a laboratory has a standard wire of non-resistant. It also has wires made for the same material as the standard wire, but the different of lengths and diameters. We note that when the length is increases, the resistance decreases. It is inversely proportional. Which when the length increases, which wire would definitely have a resistance of less than the standard wire? So we know that shorter wire length would have a less resistance and the diameter would be larger, so it would have a less resistance. That's why for air conditioner and other devices, high-end devices, we use such type of wires that are shorter and larger in diameter. Moving to question number 27. It is again from the electric current. The graph show the relationship between the current and the circuit component and the potential difference PD across it. The graph has a straight section and a curved position. What happens to the resistance of the component in these two sections as the current increases? When the current increases, we know that it is obeying the Ohm law, so there will be no change in the resistance in the straighter section. And when the current in the curved section, we know that resistance would increase. That's why because other factor does not remain constant. So option number D is the right answer. Moving to question number 28. Again, this topic is from the DC circuit, or you can say from electric current as well. Okay, the diagram shows a part of a circuit. What is the combined resistance of these circuit? We know that it would be 1 plus 2, that would be equal to 3, and we know that it would be like that, 3 into 4 and 3 plus 4, you get the answer of 1.7, or you can calculate like that, 1 by 3 of this and 1 by 4 of this. After solving that, you get the value of 4 plus 3 and 12, and you're gonna take the reciprocal of it, 7 by 12, and the reciprocal of it would be 12 by 7, and you get the value of 1.7. so you can calculate in both ways. I think this is more preferable and more understandable. Moving to question number 29. The diagram shows a circuit which include two resistors and battery. Again, this is from the topic of DC circuits and electric circuits or electric current. You can say the 10 ohm has a 6 volt. So we know that if 10 ohm has 6 volts and 30 ohm would be X, and you can cross multiply it, 6 into 30 divided by 10, and you get the value of X. It would be 18 volts. So option number C is the correct option. Moving to question number 30, it is from the topic of electromagnetic induction. A wire is moved along in the direction perpendicular to the magnetic field. Three changes are suggested. The speed of the movement of the wire is increased. Okay, the magnetic field line field strength is decreased. The direction of the reverse is reversed. Which changes increase the EMF? The EMF value will be increased by the only when the direction of the magnetic field is reversed. So option number D is the correct option. No, sorry, option number one, because when we increase the speed or either of their motion, magnetic field or relative motion, so the magnetic electromotive force would also increase. So option number B is the right answer. Moving to question number 31, a wire is moved across a magnetic field. This causes an induced current in the wire. The induced current interacts with the magnetic field to produce a force on the wire. In which direction is this force? In the direction of the current, in the direction of the movement of the wire, in the opposite direction to the current, in the opposite direction to the movement of the wire. We know according to Lenz's law it opposes change. So option number, when the voltage is up, so option number D is the correct answer over here. Moving to question number 32, our 100% efficient step down transformer has a primary voltage of Vp and the primary current Ip. Which row compares the secondary voltage with Vp and the secondary current with Ip? So we know that when the potential difference decreases, the current would increase in the step down transformer. So option number C is when less secondary voltage is less than, then the secondary current would be greater than Ip. So option number C is the correct option for step down transformer. And moving to question number 33. 33 is that the scattering of alpha particles by a thin metal of foil supports the nuclear model of an atom. Why are alpha particles used rather than neutron? Because they always travel more slowly, because they are heavier, because they are larger in the diameter, because they have a positive charge. So option number D is the correct answer, because they have the positive charge. Moving to question number 34, an iron nuclide is represented by a symbol shown. Okay, which statement about the nucleus of this iron nuclide are correct? This is more of a question of a chemistry. Okay, the nucleus contains 56 neutrons. No. The nuclear number is 30. No. The nuclear number is 56. And the proton number is 26. Yes, the proton number is 26. Option number D is the correct option. Moving to question number 35. A sample of radioactive isotope has an initial rate of emission 128 counts per minute and a half-life of 4 days. How long will it take for the rate of emission to fall for 32 counts per minute? So it would be like 128 decreases to half-life would be 64, then it should be 32, and we know that 4 days it is its half-life and 4 days again, so total would be 4 plus 4, it would be 8 days. This was the simple question of half-life. Moving to question number 36. Several scientists are working in a laboratory. The scientists are experimenting with the sources which emit losing radiation. Each scientist is given a list of safety rules. 3 of the rules are shown. Kept at least 2 meters away from the okay kept away from the 2 meter away from the people. Do not stay longer than 4 hours day in the laboratory. Yes, this is the right. Stay behind the lead, obviously it not allowed to penetrate. So option number D is the correct option. Moving to question number 37. 37 is that which data is needed to calculate the average orbital speed of the orbital around the planet? So we know that the formula would be 2 pi r over t. The distance, we need the distance. Yes, And the radius of the planet, yes, we do not need r. Over here is the distance, and the period of the rotation of the planet, and the time of the satellite of the orbit. This is needed, so option number B is the correct option. Moving to question number 38. And approximately how long does it take for the moon to make one complete orbit of the earth? We know that it takes almost 37 point some days, so we're gonna correct our answer to 1 month. That is nearest to that. Okay, moving to question number 39. The energy generated in stable stars come from the nuclear reaction. Which type of reaction occur in the sun? We know that hydrogen nuclei break up hydrogen nuclei break up to give helium nuclei. This is the wrong option. Hydrogen nuclei join to gather to form helium nuclei. This is the right option. Moving to last question of our paper, question number 14. It is that two quantities define the Hubble constant. One is the speed at which the galaxy is moving away from the earth, and the distance from the galaxy from the earth, and we know that the formula is V is equal to H naught D. H naught is Hubble constant, that's value is equal to 2.2 into 10 to the power minus 18, and V is directly proportional or inversely. V is directly proportional, we can see from the formula. So option number A is carrying the right option. So this is how we have completed our paper. If you do have any queries related to the paper, you can ask in the comment section. Hopefully you get the understanding of this paper. Do like this video and share with your friends who need help in this paper, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Allah Hafiz.